Long ago, beyond endless golden dunes where the desert stretched farther than the eye could see, there stood an ancient kingdom known as Al-Zahara. By day, the city sparkled beneath the warm desert sun. Its white marble palaces reflected brilliant light. Colorful silk banners fluttered gently above busy streets. Merchants from distant lands filled the grand marketplace with fragrant spices, shimmering fabrics, polished lanterns, and handcrafted treasures. At sunset, the city transformed. Thousands of lanterns glowed like tiny stars. The scent of jasmine drifted through quiet courtyards. Musicians played soft melodies beneath graceful date palms. And above everything, the endless desert shimmered beneath a sky filled with countless stars. Many travelers believed Al-Zahara was the most beautiful city ever built. But beyond the city walls, the desert guarded secrets far older than kingdoms, secrets buried beneath shifting sands, secrets whispered only by the wind. Among the people of Al-Zahara lived a humble camel trader named Amir. Amir owned no palace, no fine horses, no precious jewels. He lived in a small mud brick house beside the city's eastern gate. Every morning before sunrise, while most of the city still slept peacefully, Amir would rise from his simple bed. He lit a small brass lantern, prepared warm mint tea, fed his 3 faithful camels, then quietly began another day's journey into the desert. His camels were his closest companions. There was gentle Safa, strong Karim, and little Nuri, the youngest of them all. Amir treated each one with kindness. He never struck them, never shouted. He believed every creature deserved respect. The merchants trusted Amir because he never cheated anyone. If a customer accidentally paid too much, Amir always returned the extra coins.
If someone could not afford food, he often carried their supplies without asking for payment. Many wondered why such an honest man remained poor. Yet Amir never complained. "My wealth," he often said with a gentle smile, "is measured by peaceful sleep." Each evening after returning home, Amir climbed onto the flat roof of his little house. There he watched the stars appear one by one. His late grandfather had once been a famous storyteller. When Amir was a child, the old man would point toward the desert and whisper mysterious tales. He spoke of invisible cities hidden beneath sandstorms, flying carpets that crossed the heavens, crystal gardens blooming beneath the moon, and one legend fascinated Amir more than all the others. It was the story of the Cave of the 40 Moon Crystals. According to the ancient storytellers, deep within the whispering desert stood a hidden cave that appeared only beneath the light of the full moon. Inside rested 40 magical crystals. Each crystal contained a different blessing. One offered wisdom, another granted courage, another filled lonely hearts with peace, another healed sorrow. But there was one rule. No traveler could claim a crystal through greed. Only those who sought to help others would ever find the cave. Most people laughed at the old legend. Fairy tales, they said. But Amir never laughed. Something inside him believed every word. One peaceful evening, after delivering supplies to a distant oasis, Amir began his journey home. The desert was unusually quiet. No wind disturbed the endless dunes. The moon rose slowly into the sky. Tonight, it was perfectly full. Silver light covered every grain of sand. The entire desert glowed softly. His camels walked calmly beside him. Suddenly, little Nuri stopped. The young camel refused to move. Amir gently stroked her neck. "What is it, little one?" Nuri looked toward a distant dune. Her ears twitched. She gave a quiet grunt. Amir followed her gaze. At first, he saw nothing. Then, far away, a strange silver light flickered behind the dunes. Not like fire, not like moonlight. Something different, almost alive. His heart beat a little faster. Could it simply be travelers, perhaps another caravan? Yet no campfires burned, only that mysterious glow. Curiosity quietly tugged at his heart. He guided the camels toward the distant light. The journey took nearly an hour. As they climbed the final dune, Amir stopped in amazement. Before him stretched a valley he had never seen. Its sand shimmered like powdered silver. Tiny blue flowers bloomed where no flower should ever grow. Crystal stones sparkled beneath the moon. The air carried a soft musical sound, as though invisible bells chimed gently in the distance. "This place," Amir whispered, "cannot be ordinary." The camels remained perfectly calm, almost as though they had expected to find this hidden valley. In the very center stood an enormous stone arch. Its surface was carved with ancient symbols: moon crescents, stars, flowing rivers, flying birds, and at the very top, a single crystal moon. The arch glowed faintly beneath the moonlight. Amir stepped closer. He gently brushed away centuries of fine sand. More carvings appeared. Ancient writing. Though worn by time, one sentence remained clear: "Only the generous shall see what the selfish never can." Amir quietly read the words again, then smiled. His grandfather's story suddenly felt very real. Without warning, a gentle breeze swept across the valley. The blue flowers swayed together. Silver sand began swirling through the air. The stone arch slowly trembled, deep beneath the earth. A low rumble echoed. The ground shifted gently beneath Amir's feet. He stepped back. The center of the arch slowly filled with glowing silver mist. The mist spun slowly, like water flowing upward. Brighter, brighter, brighter still. Then, the mist cleared. Behind the arch, a hidden staircase appeared. It descended deep beneath the desert. Golden lanterns slowly lit themselves one after another along the stone walls. Dozens, then hundreds. Their warm light disappeared into the darkness below. Amir stared silently. "The cave," he whispered. "It truly exists." Little Nuri gently nudged his shoulder, almost encouraging him. Amir smiled. "I suppose we've come too far to turn back now." He tied the camels safely beside a nearby date palm, growing mysteriously in the valley. He filled his lantern with fresh oil, took a deep breath, and stepped onto the ancient staircase. Each stone step echoed softly. The deeper he descended, the cooler the air became. The scent of warm desert sand slowly disappeared. Instead, he smelled jasmine, fresh rain, and something sweet he could not recognize. Tiny glowing butterflies floated through the tunnel. Their wings shimmered like moonlight upon water. The walls sparkled with tiny crystals. Every few steps, another golden lantern burst gently into life, as though the cave itself welcomed him. After many minutes, the staircase finally ended. Amir stepped into an enormous underground chamber. His breath caught. The ceiling above looked like the night sky itself. Thousands of glowing crystals shone overhead. Flowing waterfalls cascaded from impossible heights. Crystal streams crossed white marble floors. Palm trees heavy with golden dates surrounded peaceful pools of water. The entire cave looked less like the inside of a mountain, and more like a hidden paradise. At the very center of the chamber, upon a round platform carved from pure white stone, floated 40 magnificent moon crystals. Each one glowed with a different color: blue, gold, silver, emerald, rose, violet. They slowly circled one another in complete silence. Amir had never seen anything so beautiful. But just as he took one careful step toward them, a calm voice echoed through the chamber. "Welcome, traveler." Amir froze. He slowly turned toward the sound. Standing beside the crystal pool, wrapped in robes woven from shimmering moonlight, was an elderly guardian holding a staff crowned with a glowing crescent moon. His silver beard reached almost to the floor. His eyes sparkled like stars reflected upon still water. He smiled kindly. "I have waited many years for someone exactly like you." Amir swallowed quietly. "You've been waiting? For me?" The old guardian nodded. "For the one who seeks not treasure, but purpose." Behind him, the 40 moon crystals glowed brighter, and somewhere deep within the cave, another ancient secret was beginning to awaken. The mysterious guardian stood quietly beside the crystal pool. His silver robes shimmered like moonlight dancing upon calm water. The crescent-shaped staff in his hand glowed softly, filling the chamber with gentle silver light. Behind him, the 40 floating moon crystals slowly circled one another. Each crystal pulsed with its own magical color: blue, golden, emerald, ruby, violet, silver. The light reflected across the marble floor like tiny rivers of stars. Amir remained still. His heart beat quickly. Never in his life had he imagined standing inside a place like this. The old guardian smiled kindly. "There is no need to fear." His voice echoed gently through the enormous chamber. "My name is Zahir. For more than 700 years I have watched over the cave of the 40 moon crystals." Amir bowed respectfully. "I am honored to meet you." Zahir studied the humble camel trader carefully. "I have watched many people enter this cave: kings, warriors, wealthy merchants, treasure hunters. They all came seeking riches, and they all left with empty hands." Amir looked surprised, but the stories spoke of magical treasures. The old guardian nodded. "They did, but true treasure reveals itself only to those who seek something greater than gold." The guardian slowly raised his staff. One by one, the 40 moon crystals descended from the air. They formed a glowing circle around Amir. The chamber grew wonderfully quiet. Even the waterfalls seemed to whisper. Zahir spoke again. "Each crystal holds a blessing, but no traveler may take more than one." Amir looked around at the beautiful lights. "What happens if someone tries?" The guardian smiled gently. "The crystals disappear. They cannot be stolen. They choose." The first crystal floated closer. It glowed deep emerald. Within it, Amir could see forests, rivers, and blooming gardens. "This is the crystal of growth. It blesses those who help life flourish." Another crystal drifted forward. Golden light shimmered inside. It showed smiling families sharing food beneath large trees. "The crystal of abundance. It teaches generosity." A sapphire blue crystal appeared. Gentle waves flowed inside it. "The crystal of peace. It calms troubled hearts." One after another, the guardian introduced the magical crystals: the crystal of wisdom, the crystal of courage, the crystal of patience, the crystal of forgiveness, the crystal of joy, the crystal of hope. 40 wonderful blessings, each one more beautiful than the last. Amir admired them quietly, yet strangely, he felt no desire to own them. Simply seeing them filled his heart with peace. The guardian noticed. "You are different." Amir smiled softly. "I already have everything I truly need." The old man's eyes sparkled. "That answer is why you were chosen." Suddenly, a small flutter echoed through the chamber. Tiny silver birds flew from the crystal ceiling. Their feathers shimmered like moonlight. They circled Amir happily before landing upon nearby crystal branches. Amir laughed gently. "They're beautiful. "They are moonbirds," said Zahir. "They protect this cave. They know the hearts of all who enter." One brave little bird landed on Amir's shoulder. It gently touched his cheek with its tiny beak. The guardian smiled. "They like you. They rarely trust strangers." The peaceful moment was interrupted by a distant rumble. The marble floor trembled beneath their feet. Several crystals flickered. The waterfall slowed. Amir looked toward the tunnel. What was that? Zahir's warm smile faded. His expression grew serious. "Our time grows short." He looked toward the ceiling. "The shadow sand is awakening." Amir frowned. "What is the shadow sand?" The guardian sighed. "Long ago, a powerful sorcerer desired the moon crystals. He believed their blessings could make him ruler of every kingdom. When he failed, he transformed himself into living sand. Since then, he has searched endlessly for the crystals. He cannot enter this chamber. But every 100 years, the barrier protecting the cave becomes weaker." Another rumble echoed, this time louder. Dust drifted from the ceiling. The silver birds became restless. Outside the chamber, somewhere deep inside the tunnel, a low whisper floated through the darkness. It sounded almost like thousands of voices speaking together. Amir felt a chill. Zahir walked toward a magnificent stone doorway at the far side of the chamber. Its surface was carved with stars and crescent moons. At the center rested a large circular crystal. The guardian gently touched it. The crystal glowed brightly. The heavy stone doors slowly opened. Beyond them lay another hidden hall. Amir gasped. Unlike the peaceful chamber, this room looked ancient. Its walls were covered with murals. Golden mosaics stretched across every surface. The pictures told a story. The first showed a great kingdom glowing beneath the stars. The second showed 40 wise guardians raising shining crystals toward the heavens. The third showed dark storms sweeping across the desert. And the final image showed a single humble traveler holding one glowing crystal, while the entire desert blossomed with life. Amir stared silently. "Who is he?" Zahir smiled. "No one knows. It is a prophecy. For centuries, we have waited." At the very end of the hall stood an enormous silver mirror. Its frame was carved from white stone. Moonlight shimmered across its smooth surface. It is called the Mirror of Hearts. The guardian stepped aside. "It reveals not your face, but your true intentions." Amir slowly approached. He expected to see himself. Instead, the mirror remained dark. Then images slowly appeared. He saw himself sharing water with a lost traveler during a sandstorm. He saw himself feeding hungry children from his own supplies. He saw himself rescuing an injured camel from deep mud. Moments he had nearly forgotten. Small acts of kindness, done without expecting reward. The mirror glowed brighter. Warm golden light spread across its surface. The guardian smiled proudly. "The mirror has chosen." At that moment, one of the 40 moon crystals floated gently into the hall. It was unlike the others. Inside danced both silver and golden light together. "This," said Zahir softly, "is the crystal of compassion. It appears only once every century. It belongs to the one whose kindness asks for nothing in return." The crystal slowly floated toward Amir. It hovered before him, waiting. Carefully, he extended both hands. The crystal settled gently into his palms. Warmth spread through his body, not heat, comfort, hope, peace. The entire cave brightened. Every crystal glowed more brilliantly than before. The moonbirds sang together. The waterfalls sparkled like flowing diamonds. For one peaceful moment, everything felt perfect. Then, a loud crash thundered through the cave. The chamber shook violently. The crystal ceiling trembled. The waterfalls splashed wildly. Outside, the whispering voices became louder, much louder, like a desert storm approaching at incredible speed. The guardian turned sharply toward the tunnel. His expression became grave. The barrier has broken. A powerful wind rushed through the chamber. Golden lanterns flickered. The moonbirds flew upward in alarm. Far inside the darkness, two enormous glowing eyes slowly appeared, made entirely of swirling black sand. The shadow sand had arrived. Its voice echoed like dry wind across empty dunes. "So," it whispered, "the crystal has chosen." Its laughter rolled through the ancient halls. "At last, I have found the new guardian." Amir tightened his grip on the glowing crystal. His heartbeat quickened. He had come searching for nothing more than an old legend. Yet somehow, he had become part of a story that had begun centuries before he was born. And outside the hidden cave, the endless desert winds had already begun to change.